Hello, if you're watching this, I definitely know you're chronically online, shitting in the toilet right now for some reason. Or not. You could be genuinely just straight up watching this video. And if you're on the road or if you're doing something that's like right now and immediate, you should probably be doing that right now. If you're driving on the road or if you're on a bike or if you're on any sort of vehicle or if you're walking or whatever. That kind of thing. Because I don't want to distract you, so go off this video and go do what you gotta do. Alright, now that those people are, of the gone, Zeus, as you could say, are you really that busy? Now, you may look to yourself and say, oh, but I'm doom scrolling. Do you even know what the word doom scrolling even means? Do ya? Huh? Look at me straight. Do you even know? That's what I thought. But if you did know, even if you fucking did, why? Why do you keep doing it? Oh, but it keeps me busy. Oh, but it gives me something to do. What you're really saying is you lack critical thinking. Now, don't get me wrong. Social media can be good for entertainment or whatever. But, you shouldn't have to have it in your daily life. I'm not saying that, you shouldn't have it for, emergency purposes or something like that, or that you should always be busy in real life. Because when it comes to real life, you're going to have those days where, well, probably most of your life, where you don't have much to do, And I would say at least in the height day or the day where you have the least to do out of your week of least to do, or every month of least to do, I say this. Now, I'm not saying you have to go into the shower to have shower thoughts, but that's what it's associated with. It's associated with the shower because the only time when people start actually thinking, and yes, I should say this, that every time you watch a video, anytime you get a long enough time to react and think to it, think to yourself, do I need to be watching this right now? Do I need to be doing something else? Or if I do have time to whatever, what does this have to do with me? Or what does this have to do with whatever the topic is? That kind of thing. You would have to think about it, Give every once in a while, every several minutes, every once in a while, just pause the video and think. Think about what I just said, including now. See how it got real quiet? Yes. But people, when they really say that they're busy, it means they're just scrolling, doom scrolling, not just scrolling on social media, but doom scrolling. And as you know about doom scrolling, it wastes a lot of your time. It's not as bad as, say, 2022, for example, where people were online for 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, every day. Now it's just it's still a lot. It's still 6 to 7 hours a day. And these people, you included, waste a lot of time on the technology, okay? But again, I'm not saying that it can't be useful or that you can't have time on technology. You can afford to be on it every day if you want. But what I'm saying is, at least give yourself 1 day or 1 hour each day, or maybe even several hours, but I don't recommend it doing all the freaking time, because if you're just bored like that all the time, 24/7, you will lose your mind. Like, even the Amish don't get that bored, okay? Like, yeah, they get bored and all, but they don't get that bored, you know? Because that's where it starts leading to mental illness. But what I am saying is get to the level of bored where you can have the equivalent of a shower thought every now and again, you know? Because that's what Einstein did. That's what a lot of famous people did. That kind of thing. You know, they're not doing jack shit, as they say. You know, and I don't just mean like, oh yeah, don't do much and just scroll on social media. Don't even scroll on social media. Just sit there in your head in a private moment to yourself and think. Okay? Even if it's just 10 minutes or an hour, you know, or even if it's just 5 minutes in some extent. But take it, let's put this in simple terms. Take about maybe 5 minutes. Maybe 5. Okay? Start a timer. Take 5. Literally. And just think for a little bit. Right? And if you don't come up with nothing, at least you get yourself to think. Okay? Even if you were thinking about stuff that I disagree with, or even you disagree with or agree with, or neither, or something completely unrelated, or whatever it may be, you gotta think. Okay? I think you think everybody thinks. Not everybody's good at it. You know, you look at your average chronically online, like, single mother, and they're like working all the time. They have tattoos on there. They're always showing their, for lack of a better term, cleavage. And they think that, oh, I can just get everything done. Da, 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 da. I'm so tired. I got these kids. Da, 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 da. Like, I'm not saying they don't care about their kids. They obviously fucking do. But, like, it's more of just, like, for them to have kids is more of, like, a flex until they reach adulthood, I guess. Even then, they're still probably, like, basically, single fathers and colleges, especially elite colleges, are basically just single woman cat factories, like cat woman factories, alright? Not in the good superhero way, but in the way where it's like, you probably need to change your smoke detectors, okay? And I'm not just talking about black people here. If you have a single mother who's very, like, not great, and especially if they're not, you know, having a father figure, male figure, to match with the female figure, because just as much as you need the masculine, you also need the feminine in your storyline. You know, you need a feminine woman and a masculine man, just the right amount, in a way where they can not be abusive, not be hurtful, but also teach you something, learn you something, let you grow up at the age that you currently are. You know, that kind of thing. But they don't tend to do that. What these women tend to do, sorry, I'm doing the mimicry hands that they tend to do. And if you do that, people are going to read you like you're some single mother. Alright? You're not going to beat the allegations. Anyway, the reason why they do that is because they're kind of neglectful. You know? Oh, let's just conveniently ignore the beep. Let's just conveniently do this or do that. And then all of a sudden, oh, your brother is in the mafia. Oh, yeah, that's just my son. That's just my son. Okay? Okay, Olivia. Your brother Liam is in the mafia. He's just a good guy because da-da-da-da-da. Does she even know what those words mean? Does she even think And even if you are a single mother, it's like, what the fuck is going through your head if you can't detect the beep? If you don't notice that there's a beep going on in your house right now, your smoke detector beep, I'm sorry, but you need to change your batteries. It's not that hard. Just, take out the battery, or actually go to the store and go get yourself a battery for whatever battery it's made out of. Open it up, see what kind of battery it is, then go to the store. If you don't have those kind of batteries available, like newer ones that you can use, I don't know, buy it and then just take the old one out, stick the new one in, and then put it in. And hey, I'm not saying you have to understand all of this. You can actually go on YouTube, and there are many people who will explain to you how to change that. Just that one thing can make you do a lot more stuff, If you view it in a lot more simpler, easier, step-by-step, day-by-day kind of stuff, you can be surprised on how much you can get done, Like, I used to think I couldn't get much done, but then once I did, somehow I have a clearer yard. Somehow I get to walk every day. Just looking outside there. Excuse me. But still, after this video, I don't know what you gotta do if you gotta do something. But hey, I'm not saying you're not gonna have busy days. Some days are just so busy that they're inevitable. Like from wake up to going to bed, it's just busy, 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 busy. You are going to have those days that are going to be really busy. And you have to appreciate them because some people don't get to have those kind of days. But it's not really a flex to do that. But you should also appreciate the days where you don't get burnout, where you don't have anything to do, where you don't need to do anything and you're not going to really do much. Okay? At least just have one. Like, I'm not saying you have to do for a year or a week, that kind of thing. I'm just saying one more day. One more day. Alright? Alright. Anyway, if you have any opinions or thoughts or anything you'd like to talk about, or hey, maybe even some topic for another video, or who knows, maybe make your own YouTube video. Regardless, again, you can make your own comment and just make up your thoughts if you want to put up your thoughts. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here so that way this video can get uploaded to the YouTubes. And, yeah, so that's pretty much it. See you later. Bye.